would say that President Trump, for all of his pluses and minuses, and I won't get into all of that, I would say he has reinvented the media, the use of media by presidents. I would say FDR more or less invented the fireside chat.
Right?
John Kennedy.
That was his Twitter, by the way.
Right, it was. And John Kennedy perfected news conferences. Eisenhower didn't really like to have news conferences. They weren't that common. John Kennedy held one, I think, virtually every week. And we'd go over to the State Department auditorium and have a press conference there. That reinvented the presidency. Ronald Reagan, because of his skill in front of a camera, was very good in making presentations and speeches. President Trump has used Twitter to his, I guess, advantage, because he's now communicating directly. He's bypassed the press corps to some extent, and he's bypassed the need for a press briefing every day in the White House. He's using these Twitter feeds and his tweets as a way to communicate with the American people. Whoever his successor is, whenever that occurs, will probably do much the same thing, maybe in a different tone, different way. But I think that presidents are going to communicate with people much differently than they did many years ago because of what he's done.
Each president has a problem with the media. Each one.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
And this one just expresses it a lot differently.
In September, at the beginning of the impeachment inquiry and the investigations, I'm going to quote you here. You said, "We should all take a pause and look at what we're seeing in front of us." What did you mean by that? What you were talking about taking a pause, about reaching judgment, I guess.
Right. See the evidence. Let it play out. Let the thing, just cover it for what it is. Don't make assumptions or jump to things. I think, you know, in our current state, it's like panel after panel after panel about what people think about something that's happening before us, instead of just the thing before us, and then let the viewer or reader decide what they think about it.
And David, I think you have also said that we should wait to make a judgment about the current administration. How long? When do we start to see history?
No, two different things. One, people can make judgments currently about the president's good or bad and so forth, but historians generally like to have 30 to 50 years pass before they can see all the documents to really make a historic judgment. So I think the definitive history of any administration probably occurs decades later, but clearly people can make judgments now about what the president's doing, rightly or wrongly, depending on their point of view. And I suspect that this hearing, as it goes forward, will go down in history as a historic moment in his presidency, whatever the outcome is, for sure.
Still, these telling